Hi guys, welcome to Hindustan Times Driver Seat. I'm your host and friend Sumant Banerjee, and today we are looking at the new Mercedes CLS Class. In India this year, Mercedes has promised to launch 15 new cars. To give you a perspective, mass market manufacturers like Maruti and Hyundai end up launching only about 4 or 5 cars every year. In India, Mercedes has already 17 cars in their portfolio. To that end, 15 is a lot of cars. How do these numbers add up? That is exactly where the CLS Class comes in. Traditionally, coupes are two-door hyperactive cousins of performance sedans and saloons. If I were a Puritan, I will not call CLS a coupe really. At 4.9 meters, it is rather long, it has 4 doors, and in effect it comes across as a smarter version of the E-Class sedan, with which it has a lot of things in common. The exterior styling of the car is one of its key strengths. The CLS Class, with its long bonnet and the 3-pointed star logo embossed on the grille, has a quintessential Mercedes front fascia. However, there are quite a few design cues which have flown in from the car maker's new design philosophy. The diamond-shaped radiator grille, for example, has studs which are black in color embossed on them. This is something that we saw in the CLS sedan launched earlier this year. But it is actually the headlamps which deserve special mention. The LED cluster has 36 bulbs in them, and 24 of them adjust automatically almost 100 times per second. How does this help you? If you are traveling in a single lane highway and you are on high beam, you don't need to put it on the low beam to be able to enable the other driver to see you. The car will automatically adjust the lights so that the other person coming from the front is not blinded, while you also get perfect visibility. This is something which will be very appreciated in a market like India, where highways are not high quality and you are often jostling for space in single lane strips with traffic coming on your face. The CLS Class has a cabin which is quintessentially Mercedes, which is high on quality and fit and finish. The wooden finish here on the dashboard works well and breaks the monotony of the overall design structure. But what is new here is the command online infotainment system. It is a cloud-based system which allows you to use internet on the go. All you need to do is pair your mobile phone or smartphone to the system via Bluetooth, and then the cloud connectivity will use the data plan with your service provider to allow you to access various applications which are preloaded on this system. It is not exhaustive and you are not allowed to add or subtract these applications, but there is enough music in there for you to not carry the music all the time when you're in the car. Speaking of the rear seat, the CLS Class shares its platform with the E-Class sedan, so it has a wheelbase of 2874 mm. In effect, there is generous leg room, knee room and shoulder room both in front as well as at the back. The sloping roofline, however, impairs the rear headroom a little bit, but it is not a deal breaker unless you are 6 feet plus and have a habit of only sitting upright. What is missed, however, is a lack of media controls for the rear seat passengers. This is a car which is typically for those who are chauffeured around, and for them to have such a brilliant infotainment system and not have media controls at the back, I believe is a sore point. And also, it doesn't have panoramic sunroof either. Beneath the hood, the car is powered by a 2.1-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine. But the engine and the ride and the performance is not something which gives the car the edge, because this is the same engine and the same performance that you get in the E-Class diesel as well. What gives the car the edge, however, is the various permutations and combinations that you can have both in the suspension as well as the throttle response. One unique feature of this car, for example, is that there is a button which allows you to increase the ground clearance of the car by a good 30 millimeters. This is very handy and very useful in Indian conditions, which have very bad roads or when you are encountering those weird speed breakers. This car can be driven in comfort and sports mode. In comfort mode, it gives you a very pliant ride, whereas in sports mode, it makes your drive a little more rewarding. It has a dual personality in that sense. You can pamper it like a mother, or you can whip it like a bad boy. It almost gives you the same pleasure. I still can't bring myself to calling the CLS a coupe yet, but let's keep that debate for another day. Beneath the shell, this is just like a twin to the E-Class sedan. But the E-Class has now started to look a little dated, especially when you put it next to the new S-Class or the new C-Class. The CLS is for those who do not mind paying a little extra for the extra style element and equipment that it offers. Happy driving!